Never mind. Well, that gives me the opportunity then to move on to our next performer. He was, of course, the original Australian Idol, but he now has a brand new CD and it's a whole new sound for him, and we're very delighted to have him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian!
Mr. Foreman.
Of course, earlier this evening you're on David Tench's program, but of course you couldn't pick him up and embrace him, could you?
No, I couldn't. No, he's a bit heavier than you. It's actually all the weight's in his head.
Yes. No, he's quite a character, isn't he? I mean, I noticed watching that. Do you hate him?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Now, why is that? Do you not like watching him, or do you not like being interviewed by him? He did grill you a little bit, didn't he?
A little bit, but that's all right. It's just all a bit awkward.
Do you feel like, do you seriously get sick of people asking you all the time about your private life and all of that sort of thing? Do you regret ever having brought it up?
No, not really. No, not at all. No, I don't really dislike David Tench. I don't know how I could.
I don't really know that he exists, does he?
Well, it's kind of like disliking Nintendo or something. But no, I don't regret bringing up stuff, I guess. You know, I was in a competition called Australian Idol, and it's funny because it's a strange one, because you almost feel indebted to the people who are, well, you do. You feel indebted to people who are getting up, you know, getting their phones out and texting you, because what they're saying is that, all right, that guy I see on TV, I like what he does, and I'm going to believe in him, and I'm going to text him and help him with his career. And that's what people did in 2003. And so if I was to guard myself and to not let people know who I really was, I would almost feel like a fraud. So I've always been very open, and actually I'd like to confess my love for you, John.
Oh, Guy. Oh, I'm thrilled. And of course it's reciprocated. There you go, there's a headline for tomorrow's paper. Guy, this new album is a pretty important one for you, isn't it? I mean, it's a much rockier sound. Why did you go in that direction, do you think, at this point?
I don't know if there was ever a conscious decision. I think, you know, I went away and I did the whole, all right, send the artist away overseas and put him together with some of the best songwriters, and I did that whole trip. And when I arrived, it was weird, because I'm not really an emotional sort of guy. And
it's okay, it's okay.
No, and I got to LA for the start of the trip, and I knew I was going to be away for 3 months.
It's okay, no, it's okay, everything's fine. Yeah.
No, it was just a bit weird, because I got there and just I couldn't swallow the idea that I was writing for my third album. It all seemed a bit manufactured or something, and I thought, no, the album should really just come, and should be a creative process over a length of time. So I did the whole trip, went away to Europe, all that, and wrote sort of 30, 40 odd songs, and ended up scrapping them, pretty much all of them, and starting again. And I actually went away and yeah, started writing more on guitar, and started writing with my guitarist who is here tonight, and just happened to stumble into this sound, which actually I used to sing in a gospel band, which was all pretty rocky, and I remember my voice being different back then, and so I'm kind of back at that place, and I'm really at home with it, and yeah, it's all organic. There's not much programming in this one. It's kind of, I've got my band.
It's a very real sounding record, yeah. Isn't it? Yes, the first big single, Taller, Stronger, Better. In what way do you think you're taller, stronger, better now than you were in the past? Do you feel more confident?
Oh, absolutely. I think I think the stronger comes from being less naive. I think the taller comes from being able to be above my situation, whereas before I was so in my career, you know, like Idol was such a weird thing where you're so fast, and it's total obscurity into this life where people are holding up signs and they're yelling out your name, and it's just a strange thing to happen so fast. And so I was so caught up in almost work. Like after 2.5 years, when I started writing for the third album, I was at a point where it was almost work, and that's a very sad stage to get to in a musician's life. And so I went away and kind of totally, yeah, gisted everything, and now I'm at this point with Closer to the Sun, which is, Yeah, out this week, so it's all a bit nervous and jittery.
No, it's very exciting, and it's a great album. Just finally, you know, looking back at Ronan Keating's interview a little while ago, earlier in the program, he was talking about how he became angry with God when his mum developed cancer and didn't recover. From your Christian perspective, do you have any explanation as to why bad things happen to good people?
I have no explanation for that, and I think it'd be a very different world if everything was perfect and everything was, you know, like I guess in the Bible it says that God gives us free will and that things just happen for a certain reason, and I guess I would be a rich man if I knew the answer to that question, but yeah, God gives us free will, and sometimes things happen that we just don't understand, but I guess even my song talks about going through stuff that you kind of don't understand with Taller, Stronger, Better, but somehow I've had friends who have been through tragedies like that, and they definitely, them personally, have come out of it and been a lot wiser and been, I guess, a lot stronger after that situation, and so yeah, tough question, but I have no idea.
Well, that's okay. I don't know quite how we're going to get from that to our next event, which is Australia's Sexiest Couple. But nonetheless, we want to thank you so much for being here. Guy is going to be performing for us a little later in the show. Would you please thank the wonderful Guy Sebastian? Still to come on the Big Night In, we commence the search for Australia's Sexiest Couple. Please do. Get that over there. Well, there's no other way to follow that, of course, but to welcome back the very good Christian boy, Mr. Guy Sebastian. We met him earlier. He's now going to perform a special live acoustic version of his latest track, Elevator Love, with Carl on guitar. Guy Sebastian!
Oh, yeah. If I could, I would do it again. I'd do it again. I wouldn't change a thing. We have love and lose love and do it again. We do it again. That's how we are. We come back. We cry and do it again. We do it again. We go to hell and back. Oh, there's something about you I can't keep away, just can't keep away. We know that we'll crash down, but I don't. So tell me it's over, so we can do it all again. I'm addicted to this elevator love. Tell me you miss me, and I will come back for one more day. I'm addicted to this elevator love. This tell me it's over, so we can do it all again. I'm addicted to the